A touch of leather, a hint of fringe, even shoes with a little bit of attitude. We are seeing a huge swing in Western inspired fashion right now. And in today's Style File, we're sharing ways to bring that Western flair into your own fall wardrobe in a refined and approachable way. Stylist Reachel Bagley joins me to break down must-have pieces and the styling advice to pull it off. Great to see you, sister.
So good to be here.
Were you surprised by this trend, the Western push?
You know, I think it all started after Beyonce's album came out, right?
Oh.
There's always these little precursors and pre-nuns, that you see, and I think that might have
interesting. I wouldn't have connected those dots, but you're right. That probably kicked it off. No pun intended.
Right.
And for us in Utah, it's sort of an interesting nuance because it speaks to our culture a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
So do you find women, the clients you work with, are a little hesitant to embrace this?
Yeah, because you don't want to feel like stodgy or too, old, especially with some of the quilted details. You don't want to end up looking like your grandma or like you're going to, a costume party. And so I want to give you just ideas on how either just give a little hat nod or take what you like and apply it there.
So when done right, Rach, what does this do? What do you love about this look?
I love that it just speaks of our American heritage and culture. And I just love anything that has a history.
Yeah.
I am a total fashion history nerd, and I think it's so fun.
And I think it's interesting, like the styles and the outfits you've assembled for us today, they have instant interest.
Right.
So for the woman that doesn't, maybe wants to make a subtle splash but doesn't quite know how, this might be a gateway.
Right, yeah. It's absolutely an easy way that you can just add a little pop into your wardrobe without going over the top.
Okay, 3 unique ways to interpret the modern Western look. This is your first one.
Yeah, so this is our sweet version of it. So if you are more of a bows and ribbons kind of gal, this is the one you're going to want to look at. So what I love about this one is we get the quilting, which speaks so much of the female culture and heritage. And I know you're thinking like sometimes I had a quilted shirt and my husband's like, did you steal the quilt off your grandma's bed and make yourself a shirt? And I said, I wouldn't be against it, but
Did you take up sewing, Rachel?
Yeah, but I just love that we have all these quilted details and it speaks to that heritage and it has a sweetness, but it's also modern, right?
Okay, all right.
Like we've got some modern colors and then you pair that with the tiered skirt.
Is this leather?
Well, it's a faux leather, but
nice.
yeah. You've got that kind of Laura Ingalls Wilder vibe if you read a lot of those. Like just bringing a little bit of that sweetness and heritage into your wardrobe is going to be a really fun look for the fall.
I don't know if Laura Wilder wore faux leather, but she did wear calico and
she did have her calico
quilted.
and flower sack, and the ruffles and like all the big colors. We love all those kinds of
I declared
details.
to my mom once when I was, I think, 7, I'm only going to wear calico. She's like, what is that? I'm like, I don't know. But Laura Ingalls Wilder loves it when they go into town.
I love it.
Yes. Okay, the second look, how would you describe it? It's a little more edgy.
Yeah, so if you wanted to cross your rodeo queen with a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, this is kind of where you're at.
Another cultural movement.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And this is so out of my comfort zone, but it was so fun to put together.
I bet. I mean, I'm trying to think of a situation where I'd be brave enough, but maybe in pieces.
Yeah, right, for sure. And I give it over the top and then, take off the buffet what you like.
Okay.
So we definitely have to have a little fringe here somewhere.
That's fun.
And you can do that in a leather or a suede or whatever you want.
Yeah.
But the fringe really brings out that Western flair. And then if you wanted to go with the crocodile, even if it's on a shoe, the faux leather, any of that sort of stuff speaks to that like functional heritage that we have with the cowboys. And then of course we have to add, our studded leather shoes because we had all the studs holding the pants together of all those cowboys. They were working so hard.
Bring your inner Beyonce if you can.
Right? Yeah. Go to the holiday party, have a fun time.
Well, and holiday's a good excuse for a little extra.
Yeah, I might not be able to pull it off on a Monday.
Right.
But give me a New Year's Eve party.
There you go.
This is where we're at.
There you go. Okay, this third outfit, probably my favorite. Very polished, very refined, very classic.
Yes. This is one that you could do on a weekday, right? So we've just taken, a basic button down. We've added a little horse nod, right? So fun. And like a little bandana, and you can tie those around your wrists, around your bags. These are huge right now. All the studding on the bags, all the studding on the shoes, and like that kind of slouch, canteen style bag that you can just nook under your arm. And then you don't have to go with the whole cowboy boot. You can go with the cowboy mule, right?
Yeah, those are cute.
And it just makes it so it's easy and accessible, but still a lot of fun.
I have seen as part of this movement, part of this swing, that boots are kind of having a moment.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a quick 1-2 on how we might wear a cowboy boot if we own one for just the rodeo otherwise.
Well, my favorite way to wear a cowboy boot, I like them with skirts and dresses because I just think it's easier. But if you're going to wear them with pants, you got to make sure that you have enough of a flare on your pants that you can fit your boot underneath it. Otherwise, you're gonna have to do the skinny jean, which totally works.
Yeah.
But you gotta make sure that you're not, cutting off your circulation in the process. So
you know what?
You might wanna give it a test drive.
Yeah, okay, super fun to consider the trend itself and maybe how you might pull it in bits. Our heritage considered. I'm glad you gave a nod to that. Where can we get more style advice from you?
CardiganEmpire.com, and you can find me on Instagram at Cardigan Empire as well.
If you need help or inspiration as the seasons change, especially to just shop your closet, Rachel will do that. We'll link you over to her Instagram, Cardigan Empire, from our website. Great job.
Thanks
I want
for
to say
having me.
hee-haw, but I can't own it in the way that I should. So good job. Thank you so much.